welcome to another creative episode. In today's episode, I thought I would explore an article that has come my way and perhaps leave you with something to ponder, and perhaps you can develop your own questions around public sculptures and how one should interact with them, and as well as what should we have in our public spaces as sculptures. So let's dive in today's episode. From page 6 news, couple caught having loud atop a huge elephant sculpture ahead of the Art BASIL in Miami Beach. For the sake of this video, I'll call that an unexpected encounter on the elephant. So in today's creative episode, it's all about public sculptures, as I mentioned. Their purpose, should the public interact with the sculpture, and how should they interact with that sculpture? Now, according to page 6, quote, "The artistic work is meant to convey peaceful coexistence," end quote. Now, as someone who adores elephants, the installation Great Elephant Migration is actually a great PG, just to give it a term, display. Nothing lewd about it. Great depiction of a herd of animals, and it has a wonderful energy about it. Now, is the unexpected encounter on the elephant a marketing ploy by the Art BASIL Miami team? I don't know. I wasn't there to confirm or deny. But what I can say is that now the Great Elephant Migration isn't the only loud noise being talked about at Art BASIL. Quite interesting. From what I saw online, the installation is encouraging viewers to approach and interact with the piece. Its life-sized form captures the essence of these majestic elephants mid-stride, their raised trunk exuding an air of triumph and celebration. Quite brilliant, actually. Perhaps on some level, this work of art serves as both a celebration of the elephant's cultural symbolism, power, memory, peace, and a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between humanity and the natural world. I sure would love to walk within this installation. I think it has a lot of merit. Now, Art BASIL is renowned for its ability to captivate global audiences. It thrives on spectacle and conversation. Could the uproar surrounding this installation, intentional or otherwise, be part of a broader narrative, a calculated marketing ploy to amplify the art fair's reach and relevance? Perhaps by drawing attention to the unexpected, Art BASIL ensures its audience, art enthusiasts, collectors, and the media alike, remain engaged, questioning the boundaries between authenticity and promotion. So is the discovery of the unexpected encounter on the elephant a narrative crafting maneuver? Could the uproar surrounding this installation, intentional or otherwise, be part of a broader narrative crafting strategy to amplify the fair's reach and relevance? Ultimately, you be the judge. So I thought, why not share some public art right in the heart of Canberra's shopping precinct? Sure, you can head to the National Gallery and let your brain get warped by contemporary ideology. But what's out there for the everyday public, locals and visitors alike? What do you look at when you're having a sandwich? What about the wandering tourist, and what are they photographing? Similarly, what's the view when you're drinking your coffee, or when an office worker walks from their office to their next meeting? Some pieces I find hilarious, others, well, I'll just say take what resonates and leave the rest. So one of the things that I wanted to highlight is whether or not we consider benches as something being sculptural. Now, many people probably say they're just a functional thing, not something that we want to interact with or something that needs to be considered. But one of the things that I found quite interesting is that benches have actually reduced from being beautiful to just something that's become invisible. Now, I don't know about you, but for me personally, what I find about public spaces is that something that's functional has also have to be beautiful. And what do I mean by that? If you go to places like Rome, France or anywhere really in Italy, they have things that are memorable. They have functional items and items that really classify them as belonging to an area. So for me personally, I find that a bench, whilst it's functional, it has to have some sort of beauty. So is it inconceivable to consider that perhaps the beauty is being taken away for some other reason? I don't know. I'll leave that to you. But I think that a bench has far more beauty within it other than being a straight, edged seat. What do you think?
Most public seating feels cold and uncomfortable, discouraging us from observing, connecting, and admiring our surroundings. To me, this is an architectural deadening of our senses and sense of place. A bench like this, found anywhere in the world, lacks the soul and connection of belonging. Would anyone look at this bench and say it belongs to Australia, or could it be from anywhere in the world?
Beauty consoles, it gives pleasure, it is sensuous, it appeals to the eye, to the ear, to the intellect. It calms, it doesn't disturb, it doesn't do violence to you. It will grow naturally from its surroundings, it will respect the soil, it should be sociable in the sense that it will respect its neighbours. And that means that certain geometries will be coherent. But a modernist solution, often with crazy fenestration or violently horizontal windows, does violence to the human psyche.
This is another strange sculpture that I find challenging to connect with. Amid the concrete expanse stands a towering red sculpture, an arrow perhaps, its tall stature pointing decisively downward into the pavement. What are we meant to feel here? Grounded? Trapped? Most pass by without a glance, its presence blending into the monotony of concrete and glass. Instead of sparking curiosity or connection, it feels like another symbol of architectural deadening, a heavy gesture that fails to resonate. In a garden oasis, a bronze-esque sculpture of dogs mid-stride captures a moment of raw vitality. Surrounding benches invite reflection, offering a pause to connect with the life teeming around us. Perhaps it's an ode to the energy of the natural world, a reminder of our bond with the animal kingdom, or a quiet nudge to embrace the rhythm of life that often goes unnoticed. Here, art and nature intertwine, reviving senses dulled by the everyday life.
Okay, so this is another sculpture that you'll find in the Canberra city centre. I don't know what much to say about it. There's differing opinions as to what it is and its intention, but certainly you can have your own interpretation of what you think this sculpture is all about. The one that I really wanted to film was Swoop, which is a huge bird that's currently, there's a lot of work working around it, so I can't film that. But certainly this particular sculpture I think is interesting. I'll leave it up to your interpretation. I don't know what else to say about it. It's realistic to a point that you know what it is and that it's evident it's a sheep of sorts. What it's doing, what the intention is by the city to have it here, I don't know. But this is one other sculpture that you'll find in Canberra city centre. Okay, so this is another sculpture that you'll find in Canberra city centre. I don't exactly know what the name of it is. I guess I could read
Icarius series by Jan Brown, 2009, inspired by ancient Greek myth of Icarus. Don't know much about Icarus, but to me personally, it reminds me of an aviary race, some kind of bird people. Whether that was the intention, no idea, but it certainly has that feel about it. I probably want to see a little bit more colour around it. I would love to see a little bit more movement in it. But again, if you're a tourist, or that's all right, cycling past as this wonderful gentleman was, or perhaps walking from a meeting to a meeting in the office, it's what you will pass in Canberra. Again, something to see, whether you like it or not, your interpretation and what you think about it. A vibrant sculpture of a large doll, reminiscent of a manga character, stands at the shopping mall entrance, flanked by two playful dogs. Bursting with colour and childlike charm, it's an irresistible draw for children who might eagerly tug their parents toward it. Positioned directly opposite the towering Christmas tree, is this cheerful display a calculated invitation to the younger generation, a kaleidoscope of colour and whimsy designed to blend festive cheer with commercial allure? Directly in front of the doll sculpture stands a large water fountain feature that to me looks like a compound pyramidal shape, although not sure of its official shape. Its cascading streams not only cool the surrounding area, but seem to embody movement and transformation. The flowing water draws attention, subtly guiding individuals toward a particular direction, merging particularly with symbolic intent. It complements the colourful manga-style sculpture, creating a dynamic interplay of stillness and motion that captivates visitors and invites exploration. Okay, so this is one of the other sculptures that you'll find in Canberra, which is in a quite prominent area of Canberra within CBD, shopping centres across the road. They're putting up the stores for Christmas. I don't know if this is my favourite. Certainly it's my partner's favourite. It reminds me of a bee hotel. Perhaps bees could live in here. I'm not sure. It has something interesting about it. Don't know exactly what to say. Sculptural perhaps. There's some kind of movement. I find it a little bit weird. That's the best word that I can use. Let me know what you think about it. But like I said, it's in one of the most prominent parts of Canberra. It has certain feel to it that it's got some kind of an otherworldly feel. It might be something like that. I wish there was a little bit more explanation as to exactly what the sculpture is. But at this point, if you get a chance to come to Canberra, this is the other aspect or another sculpture that you can see in the town itself. At the entrance to the bustling shopping precinct, towering 4-metre flower pots brim with trees, greenery and vibrant blossoms, creating a sanctuary reminiscent of a Japanese garden or botanical ecodome. The scent of jasmine fills the air, mingling with the soothing rustle of leaves, a sensory balm in the heart of the concrete jungle. This oasis consoles the soul, inviting even the most unassuming passerby, artist or not, to pause, reflect and breathe. In an area dense with urban sprawl, such natural interactions are not luxuries but necessities, calming the mind and reminding us of beauty's quiet power to heal. As we sat at a local shop, the environment felt akin to sitting in Paris, where the calm of the setting blended seamlessly with the addition of the large green pots. The atmosphere was a living, breathing fusion, almost an anatomic cellular upgrade, elevating the senses. The beauty of the chair, coupled with the surrounding natural elements, left a lasting impression, something glass could never capture.
So, what is your favourite sculpture? Do you have one that you have locally in your area that you simply cannot stop and appreciate, and it resonates with you on such a deep level that you almost feel like you could have it in your own home? And why does it resonate? Why is it that it has that ability to, affect you so deeply? One of the things that I've noticed with sculptures, both in a gallery and in public spaces, is that things that are modern, things that are not exactly hitting that internal, visceral, energetic nuclear point within our hearts, we tend to walk past very quickly. People don't stop, it doesn't get photographed, it doesn't get appreciated. Now you can interpret that as you see fit. Certainly I've got my own ideas as to the reason why, but I think I'm going to leave that for now at this point. But I find that anything that is not centric around our connection to source or centric towards our inner light, we tend to walk past those sculptures very quickly. One of the things that I've appreciated with the sculptures in the CBD of Canberra, the ones that I certainly have filmed, is that they do have an energy about it. The one that I can't connect with is the source or the energy movement, which is that big swirl. I find that somehow a squiggle, it just doesn't hit the mark for me. Again, different reasons and different ideologies for different mindsets. But certainly I'd love to know what is it that you find interesting and what is it that you find or you'd like to see in the area that you live in. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for your support and kindness and for supporting this channel. I really do appreciate your subscription and for giving that thumbs up on the video. It certainly helps me with what I do. If there are any questions that you'd like to know more about regarding art, please feel free to put them in the comments below. I do my best to give you as much variety regarding creativity. Whilst I am a full-time painter, I do appreciate other forms of art, and I do my best to be out there and give you some alternative inspirations about creativity. As always, remember, while you are in this world, you are the light of the world, and don't let anyone and thwart your creative process. Be you, create, and as always, stay true to your authentic flame. Until next time, bye guys.